Hello, everybody.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Beth. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. How is everybody tonight? As you're jumping on, comment live if you're watching live, comment replay if you're watching the replay, and let us know where you're watching from. This is always an event that is coast to coast, so it's always so fun for us to see where you are here in the USA. So let us know where you're watching from. While everybody's finding us, I thought I would do a little reveal of the newest pieces that just came out yesterday. Shall we take a look?
Oh, I'm excited to see these up close because I haven't seen them up close yet.
Right? So we would get the story yesterday. So just yesterday, we revealed the brand new vanilla set. So the vanilla earrings, I shouldn't say it's a set. It's two separate pieces that if you wear it together, it's a set. So here we have the vanilla earrings, which are a beautiful mother of pearl stud. And I love a stud that like you notice, sometimes studs are a little small for me. I guess maybe because I have, like hair that covers my ears. Whereas if you do not, or even if you do, when you turn your head, these are the type that are going to be noticed. So you have your mother of pearl set in gold, and then the necklace that is so adorable with it. And it's the type that's attached to the chain. Like this isn't sliding along the chain. It's attached on each side so that it stays nice and straight if that's what you like. And certainly this is a piece that you can wear all by itself. And if you just like a t-shirt necklace, something simple, maybe you're wearing busier earrings and you just want to wear, something simple, but definitely a fantastic piece for layering. So one of the pieces from this current drop, remember the Scout necklace that also has mother of pearl and some tiger eye and stuff in here. And what a beautiful layer that is.
I feel like Scout just goes with so much that we've got. Yeah,
I have worn this necklace and everyone's like, I know, because we've seen it. Like I've worn this necklace 1,000 times since it's come out. And I even thought that either instead of or in addition to, I love how the ivory, because we also have the crystal and then that white enamel. So you really could do all of these because Parkley necklaces almost all have extenders so that you can decide like how long you want one, how long you want another. And like, how perfect is that?
That's nice. Yes. Love that.
I probably could have put that. See, people, if I wore it today, people have been like, Michelle, you have other necklaces, right? So
she did not wear Scout today for you.
I did not wear Scout so that we could do this. But of course, if you wanted to do some simpler layering with it, you could bring out any of your trusty favorites, such as your Viper. Remember with Viper, you get the gold and the silver. So we'll take out just the gold and frame that. So that's, of course, a great look. And of course, what's so fantastic about this set, it's not a style drop. These are regular items. So you can the earrings are $30. The necklace is $34. So if you're trying to score some half price items, you can get your vanilla earrings and necklace for your two low price pieces. And now grab your Viper half price, grab your ivory half price, take your Scout as a bonus item. Of course, Hazy. We love how things layer with Hazy. That's another one that was a slam dunk with our fabulous vanilla. And of course, you can go back and layer some of the things that we had, right? Like you could do the Scout and the Hazy and have it look like that. So
I just say, I mean, that little vanilla necklace is dainty, but yet it goes from very casual to you could totally dress that up and wear it, for even with a formal event, if you had the right pieces with, like when you put Hazy on there, that made it, to me, it elevated
like fancier, right?
It made it a lot fancier.
Even with some butterflies, like hearts and butterflies, to do that together and have these cute little whimsical pieces together. So that's a fun one. And of course, that brought in some silver. So now you're ready for a mixed metal look. In fact, we could have done, in that case, boy, we could just do this all night and not even do our 4 questions, which we're not going to, don't worry. But we could have done, in that case, the silver part of the Viper.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then done the butterflies. And really made a really nice mixed metal look with all the little whimsy there. That wasn't even on my plan, Beth.
That, and just like with a little sundress or something for the sundress.
Right? So fun.
So
cute. Finally, for our Sparkle Box subscribers, don't forget that it really looks cute with that also. Mm-hmm. Really, really like it. And of course, we could put, probably ideally, I would put the Viper back in there, and then you'd have chain and then the stones. Yeah, no, that's even better.
That's pretty, yeah.
Yeah, so just wanted you to know that came out today. And if you've been looking for some new low price pieces in order to get something at half or to get yourself a bonus item, or if there's a style drop, like, with a $40 purchase, you can grab style drops. So if you're wanting to grab the sea glass or any of the other style drops, of course, you can do that too. So, all right, I think everybody probably found us, probably click share on everything. So let's get to the business at hand. More sparkle, more fun, more you.
More fun. I love that. We've done a few of these, and I always try to think from a different angle. And so the more fun, we'll get to that. But I guess, first of all, we really didn't introduce ourselves.
No, we did not. Let me introduce Beth. So everyone, welcome on. My name is Michelle Zito. I'm a company VP with Park Lane Jewelry. I am so excited to be here with Beth Faust. She is a division leader located in Texas. And we have had the pleasure of working together for 10 years now, right?
It's been 10 years. It's crazy.
And it's always amazing. I'm always so inspired by Beth, because Beth started this business 10 years ago when she was about 10 years out from retirement, or what she thought would be another 10, maybe 12 years from retirement. And one of the benefits here at Park Lane is weekly pay. And her teaching job had monthly pay. Now, do any of you guys have monthly pay? I feel like you need some sort of economic fortitude to be able to work your way through monthly pay. So in addition to loving the jewelry, she was loving the idea of having the opportunity to get that weekly supplemental income. And then as the business was going so well for her, started also realizing maybe retirement could be less than 10 years away, and maybe even able to do that early. And I am so thrilled to say that that's exactly what Beth did. She is a pretty newly retired teacher, and now Park Lane full-time, which we love. And we're all so proud of you, and always so much fun to work with you, Beth.
Well, thank you. I'm still navigating that whole retirement thing, but I'm getting used to it. But
you don't seem nearly old enough to be retired.
Hey, I said I did 31 years in teaching, and that aged me. So, it was time to move on, and I'm so thankful, because you're right. I never would have been able to do it without Park Lane, but
amazing.
But I have learned so much from you, Michelle, because I know you've been in this business for 25 years now, right? And about is it 15 with Park Lane? 14?
11. Yeah, 11. Time flies.
Time flies. Yeah, but I mean, just so much. And the thing is, I had no experience in this field at all. And so I feel like I learned the best habits from being at Park Lane. And you guys laugh at it sometimes, because I'm like, I'll hear other things, and I'm like, people do that in other companies? Because I only know the one way. And so I talk about why this industry and why Park Lane in particular. So I guess why would direct sales work for people?
Yeah, I'm sure that some of you jumped on this tonight trying to figure out if something like this is a way that you could either supplement your income or replace an income perhaps that you've lost, or will be losing. So there, what are the different ways that you can replace income? You can get a second job, but then oftentimes if you're going to get a second job, that would also bring with it a second boss, a second set of scheduling, a second set of rules, and all the things that you have to deal with, which if you're already also managing other things in your life, and who isn't, right? Whether it is that you have children that you're chasing here, there, and everywhere, grandchildren, caring for aging parents, travel, caring for whatever, family members, maybe you're a volunteer in your community. What are the hats that you already wear? Feel free to share those in the comments. Like, what are the hats that you wear? Women tend to wear so many, especially. So to bring in another schedule to be beholden to, another boss into your life, probably not the ideal way to supplement your income, because what you really need is income with flexibility. And that's what direct sales can provide to you, because in that case, we are all independent business owners. So if Beth has a bridal shower to attend on May 14th, nothing that I say or do can prevent her from going, nor would I want to, would prevent her from attending this bridal shower on May 14th, because we work when, how, and where and when we want to work. It's the flexibility. Beth mentioned that I'm here 25 years. I'm in direct sales for 25 years. And when I started, all I had was a 6-month-old baby. And now I have 3 young adult children. And even though I've had so many wonderful perks and, my income has grown tremendously over the years, and all of that is so wonderful, whenever I have to boil it down to what's the number one thing that I love the most, I'll always say the flexibility, because whether they were babies and I was operating around that type of schedule with naps and playtime and all of that, and doctor's appointments and things like that. Then when it was elementary school and running field to field and saxophone lessons and cheerleading and all these things, then it was, the middle school and the high school and the games and the away games and all these places. And being able to run a business through college move-ins and apartment move-ins and in-outs and all these steps that life brings you. Mm-hmm. The fact that I've been able to run a fantastic and lucrative business over 25 years through every stage of, in my case, parenthood and marriage and all of these things, that's really where it's going to work for you as well. It can work for you as well, because you'd be working it around the things that apply to you in your life.
Well, and I was thinking a lot about that, because it just fits for the different seasons of where you are.
Yes.
When I was working full time, I didn't have time to go work in the evenings somewhere else. I could work it around my teaching job. I could do my shows on the weekends, or maybe one night during the week or whatever. I could, answer people's texts and things during my lunch break, or, I could work it in. And I honestly think I did a better job sometimes of working it in when I had that time constraint. More because I had to get it done, but it fit for the flexibility of that job full time. But then, just even recently, I had to pick up and go to Indiana for a month, because my mom was in her final stages. So I just picked, I was able to go, and I didn't know how long I was going to be there. I didn't know what the situation was, but I just set up a card table in the guest room, and I continued to work, because I did not know long, and I was there about a month. But with another job, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have had to go on FMLA, which I have done before.
Right.
I had experienced that before as well. But I was able to just, so you just don't
have to ask permission. You didn't have to ask a form.
I got the call from my dad. I left the next day, So
blessing,
there's just different seasons of life that this just really fits.
Yep.
And I look at some of our team members with the babies, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're able to fit it in, when nap time or whatever.
That's what I did in the early days.
And so I just think it fits people for lots of different reasons.
Agreed.
So we know we like this industry, but why jewelry? Because there are so many different direct sales options. Why jewelry?
Yeah, it's so important if you want to be working in sales, you want to be selling something that is something that's universally used and enjoyed and recognized and doesn't take a ton of explanation, and just something fun and honestly consumable, doesn't hurt. So all of these things apply to jewelry. Now, many of you that are watching and checking this out tonight are already customers and are already bling lovers, right? So give yourself a shout out if you are a bling lover in the comments. Now, some of you may be checking us out for the first time and haven't even really seen our jewelry. But you know that jewelry is something that you like, right? Jewelry is something that not only you like, but that most people like or are purchasing for one reason or another, right? Women, when they refresh for a season, you get a couple of new blouses. You tend to get a couple of new necklaces or earrings to go with those pieces so that it's something that's always busy, because fashion is not seasonal. There is something every season. There are special occasions all year round. There are gift giving occasions all year round. So in addition to being super busy at the holidays, everyone's holidays, besides the holiday season, which you think of as like Christmas, Hanukkah, but what about the whole rest of the year where birthdays take place 365 days a year, anniversaries, graduations, like all these things are constantly going on all year round. So whether people are shopping for gifts, whether they are shopping for themselves, or whether they are shopping for gifts for themselves, the jewelry is a hot commodity. It's something that's been around as long as time, and it's not something that's ever going away. It makes people feel good. And something as simple as a $22 pair of earrings can make someone's day and make them feel great. And we just love being a part of that. And we really believe you would too.
I mean, there's always some kind of occasion. And I mean, even the people that wear very little jewelry, because even when I started, I wore jewelry, but I wear more now. But sure. I mean, I always wore earrings. Like yes. you'll come across people that they're like, well, I don't wear a lot of jewelry, but they've got earrings on.
Always.
Or they've got a watch, or, they've got something.
Right.
Always, So I agree. I mean, it's just, it's one of the top gifts that people give. So
totally.
So I guess the next question is then, well, why Park Lane? Like I mentioned it before, I only know the Park Lane way, but why Park Lane?
Yeah, and that's really the meat of the question tonight, right? Like, why would you consider Park Lane Jewelry as the means of supplementing your income, replacing your income, or trying something new and different, So one of the things, and especially as we see is happening, if you have your finger on the pulse of the direct sales industry, unfortunately, you really have seen some closures, changes to programs, whether it's change to the pay structure, which has been unfortunately extremely common, changes to any kind of hostess program that the company might have had, a combination of both where they, decide to go affiliate. If you're not familiar with direct sales, that's not a phrase that's familiar to you, but for those of you that are, you know exactly what I mean, where they take away host credits, they take away payment on teams and overrides and things like that. So it's really important that if you're checking out this industry, that you're going to go with a company that has that tried and true and proven programs that have stood the test of time. And that's what you're going to find here. Park Lane's been around since 1955 and is a family-owned and operated company still today in 2025. So that is, in case you're doing some mental math, 70 years that is being celebrated here in 2025 with the same family now into the third generation, and even the little children that are fourth generation of the family pittering around the home office and attending trips and meeting people, and just so adorable. But when this company was started, it was a husband and wife team, and Arthur was kind of the back scenes and the money, and Shirley was out front sharing the jewelry and training the new people that wanted to join in and sell the jewelry as well. And that's how it took off. And here we are 70 years later. So when Park Lane got started, someone even did say to Arthur famously, there are other like jewelry companies. So why would people join your company instead of one of the pre-existing ones? And Arthur said, well, I'm going to pay them more. And that pretty much would do the job, right? So
that's to me, like, and if you think about like 70 years, so we're talking 1955, and if you think about women's role in 1955, to me, that's even more amazing.
Amazing. Most were
women
stay-at-home.
didn't work outside the home.
Didn't even work.
Women couldn't get their own credit card until the 70s. I mean, there's like all these things, and if you're younger, you may not have a clue. But I'm like, we're talking like Shirley was out there,
truly
making money, like trailblazing for all of us that came after. It's just amazing to me to think about. You know, they knew back in 1955 this was what they were going to do.
Yeah, and believed that their family legacy company could stand the test of time. And here we are celebrating 70 years. So with that, you know, that's a pretty bold statement, right? Like, oh, I'm going to pay them more. Well, how do they pay us more? Let's take a few steps back. What are the programs here at Park Lane that support this business model, right? So many of you have shopped with us before, many of you have shopped with us before, and you know that our shopping program is buy 2 pieces at regular price. Those are your lowest 2 pieces. So here are things that are in the like $20-ish, $30-ish range. Mm-hmm. And then you get to pick out 4 more pieces at half price. And those pieces can be any price at all. So the savings that our customers receive right out of the gate by getting their 2 lowest pieces, $20, $30-ish items for regular price, so that then when they want to take additional things that they love for half price, bracelets, they get to do that and save potentially, you know, there's savings of $80 total. Then there's people that are saving over $200 just in that part of their order. And then that we have the bonus items, which is that when, you know, with a $90 purchase, typically you get to pick a piece of any price from the regular line for $35. So a bracelet set that like this, that's normally between it's about $150 bracelet set, you're getting it for $35. When you see, you know, a high-end pair of earrings, when you see a high-end bracelet necklace, that piece suddenly becomes $35. So who out there that's watching loves your bonus items? Who loves your half price items?
Impression bracelets or the
impression bracelets, right? How many of you have taken advantage of this exact plan and built your jewelry wardrobe with this kind of savings? Even things like the new style drops that keep people, you know, so excited to continue to take advantage of amazing deals. The Sparkle Box, that's $160 value that those of you that subscribe are receiving for $39 a month. These are all the programs that make customers happy, that make them not want to buy jewelry anywhere else. Certainly people do, and we have no problem with that. If you see jewelry you like anywhere, sure, go ahead and get it. And we'll enhance it with pieces from Park Lane. We're going to show you how to frame your family heirloom piece, that piece you grabbed at the mall, that piece that you got from your grandma for whatever reason, right? So that's our customer program. And happy shopping women, 2 things. Number 1, love to get a good deal. And 2, love to tell their friends and family about that very same amazing deal, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you were just telling me about the party that you did this weekend, that a bunch of girls got together for brunch, and that you booked 2 new parties from that party. And of course, I assume you met your hostess at a previous party.
I did. And, you know, we were even taught, like, we were like, how do we know each other? We were like, trying to go back through the chain of shows. And it was like 3 shows before that we had met. And I'd known her for a while. But I mean, and these ladies, their list was long, and they're like, ooh, and they were looking, and the lady's like, I need another page. I was like, oh no, honey, you just need to have your own show. Because she had filled up her whole wish list. I said, well, I got more paper, but
yeah,
you know, I mean, and she loved everything. And the thing was, you just never assume, because she came into that show, she came running in late to brunch, and she had like a t-shirt on, and I don't think she had on any jewelry at all. but she marked on her paper she loves sparkly things, and then like her list just kept, she was just writing. So you never know. I mean, you never know when you see some, just because they don't have it on now doesn't mean they don't wear it,
That's
so
right. That's right. And that's really the program that we're talking about as the second main program that you really want to make sure is in place and solid when you join a direct sales company. If you're choosing one that is what we would call party plan, right? Where the company provides gifts for you to give to those that will let you show the jewelry to their friends and family. So that's exactly what Beth was doing. Now, Beth was this weekend doing what you would consider more old school, right? Where it was, people do still love to get together and have a brunch party, a brunch and bling, or a Friday night, or a weeknight, or any of these types of in-person events where they hang out with the girls. They have beverages or cocktails, they have snacks, they try things on, they shop, they see what looks great with their clothing, they make their purchases. And everybody with a really long list ends up booking another party so that they can get the next big shopping spree.
Exactly.
Because Park Lane provides a shopping spree upwards of hundreds of dollars worth of free and discounted jewelry to those women that let us get together with friends and family. Now, many of you have done an online party with us. Maybe your stylist lives across the country. Maybe you just prefer to do it in a Facebook group, in Facebook Messenger, on Zoom, on text. Every kind of show exists. Every kind of show yields the same hundreds of dollars worth of free and discounted jewelry. There's not a separate plan, whether you're online or whether you're in person. It's the same hostess credits, no matter what. So what a fantastic program, because when somebody has a really long list, we love to reward them with that free and discounted jewelry, but we don't have to pay for it. Park Lane does that for us. So if you're currently with a company that has taken those things away, or you're looking at a company that recently took it away or is too new to tell, you might want to stick with somebody like us who's had it for 70 years and is not taking it away.
Right. I mean, I just can't imagine how difficult it would be to then book other shows off of if you have nothing to offer, and both of those ladies,
or if you were to pay for it.
No, oh heavens no, we're here to make money, not
that's right.
Not spend money. Yeah.
So that's what then those two programs are what bring us back to that bold statement from Arthur, where he said he was going to pay them more, because they can pay us more, because women love to shop the jewelry. Women love to tell their friends about it. And they are giving the gifts away when they do, so that now they can pay us what I think is got to be among the highest, if not the highest in the direct sales industry. They pay us infinitely deep on an entire team. When Beth says how, she never knew any other way, one of the things that those of us that came here from other companies first often talk about is, remember when you used to have your overrides taken away, or remember when you used to get demoted because someone on your team quit and it ruined the pattern of your team? Remember when the compensation program you worked under cut you off at a certain level, and all these people on this level, you didn't get your overrides on them? Remember when they'd say you can keep your title, but you're going to get paid as a different level? These are all crazy things that don't exist here at Park Lane. We earn infinitely deep on our weekly pay. And should things happen, and should your team not, should people leave the team, it doesn't matter. You don't ever get demoted, and you always keep that title for as long as you're here, and even if you leave and come back. So if that's something that you've experienced, any of those stressful situations, any of those situations that have made you feel bad about your business, regret starting direct sales, knocked you down, made you feel sad, any of those things don't happen here.
And Michelle, if that had been the case, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Because, the fact that we don't have quotas and we don't lose our time, that has kept me here 10 years, because I had a stressful job. I didn't need another stressful job. This was my, when I was teaching, this was my no stress job. Like,
I needed this was
my fun one, And so any of that would have been like, see ya, I'm not hanging in. And I can see why people don't last and jump from company to company to company if that's what they're experiencing.
Right.
So, it's huge. It really is huge.
Yeah. So then, when you know that that's going to be your pay plan, and then on top of it, you get fun perks like the $1,100 worth of free jewelry that we're able to earn every month in addition to our paychecks. I mean, on this, at the end of this, which is soon, I'm going to show you the prize, and all of you that fill out the survey, letting us know what you think about what you heard tonight, are getting entered to win a piece of jewelry. I'm sure many of you belong to the VIP group or style community of a stylist, where there's always fun things going on and raffles being given away. Many of you have participated in an event that we do, which, by the way, we're doing one tomorrow for Earth Day. So check this space tomorrow, because we're going to be back with fun tomorrow about natural stones. But we're forever doing fun giveaways and raffles and things. And it's because Park Lane is so generous to us with the jewelry that we are able to not only constantly keep our kids refreshed and have new things to show you, but also to have raffles and things that we don't have to put our hands in our pocket to be able to do. We use that jewelry that Park Lane allows us to earn. So
I have 2 boxes coming today. I have no idea. There's always something. There's always something.
It's true. I actually, right before, a little earlier, I heard like the from the mailman outside, from the letter carrier, and I'm like, oh, what's out there? I forgot to check before we started.
There's just so much free that we can earn that I just never know. But I know I've got 2 things coming today. I'm like, oh,
so exciting.
Surprise.
So between that, the perks, like the fact that both Beth and I are Mercedes car program achievers, and we have so many in our team. Some take the cash bonus, some take the car bonus. The fact that we earn 2 free vacations every year. Beth and I, at this time last year, we were in Paris together, and we have trips coming up we just got back really from St. Thomas, a bunch of us are going to Zurich in August, and then we're still right now earning a trip to Cancun Oceanfront Resort. It just never ends, all the fun things, to the point where sometimes we get things and we don't even remember how or when we earned them, but here they are.
I know, that's really that really says a lot when you don't even remember how you earn things. But
right?
The gifts just keep coming. So I guess, we're getting kind of at the end here. So why now? Why should someone take advantage now?
So let's talk about our starter kit, because I know that so many people come with the big question of like, how much does it cost to get started? How much is this going to cost me? And something to know is that, yes, the starter kit is $129. For that, you would normally get to pick out $500 worth of jewelry, but instead, with the current promotion, which you want to take advantage of now, you would get to pick out $600 worth of jewelry, a whole extra $100 worth of jewelry that would go into your kit, along with your website, maintained by Park Lane, designed and maintained by Park Lane for a whole entire year, so that you are set with a whole bunch of beautiful jewelry that you choose and that website. Now, when you decide that you do want to get started, we do a launch party for you where we show our jewelry, where we are, taking the orders and helping everyone with their sale and working out all the deals and everything. Because at the end of that party, you then get to double dip. Because at the end of the party, when it's time for the hostess to pick out all of her free and discounted jewelry, that's still you. Mm-hmm. So you get all of that jewelry. But then also, when we click send on the party, we tell Park Lane, transfer it to you, so that the paycheck on the party also goes to you. So there's your $129 kit fee back, probably, more than that.
Yeah.
And now you have 2 batches of jewelry, the kit and the hostess credits. You have a paycheck. You have friends and family that have now seen and loved the jewelry, probably bookings to do to make your next round of paychecks. And you are up and running and ready to take advantage of everything that we offer as a team. So the graphics that we use in the parties, the training that the party scripts, the what to say, the how to do it, all of that is part of the training and resources that we provide you here on our team, so that you don't have to suddenly magically become a graphic artist and suddenly become an author and all of these things. We have everything for you. I always laugh at when I did Carrie Hensey's launch. We booked, I want to say 3 parties from her party. And she said, oh, I looked at the boards and I was like, oh, these are the same posts Michelle put in my party. And I was like, yes, that's exactly right. And she was able to do her whole next party fully by herself. Like, I offered to do it with her, and she's like, no, I got it. I see it all right here. And she posted the exact same things I posted in her party, and off we went.
Well, and that's another thing. Like, if you are full-time employed, and don't worry about, like, you can use these graphics. Like, there would have been no way I could have sat at home and created party graphics, working full time. We have people that do that are so much more creative than I would ever be. And it's all right there. And the team training is awesome. I mean, I think about even like just 10 years ago, like how far we've come with technology, because that was before Zoom. I remember when I first joined, we had phone calls. You called in on the phone.
Right. Conference calls.
And I sat there with my notepad taking notes. But I mean, I joined in all those phone calls because I didn't know what I was doing.
Podcast before there were podcasts.
Yeah, before we turned into YouTube. Before we had online parties, before we had, anything. I think, but I was like taking notes. But now, like, the training is amazing. We have so much, technology wise, that even if you just basically maintain your own phone account, you can totally run this business on your phone
Yeah. So really, here's where we are now. We're going to put up a survey where you're going to let us know what your thoughts are, right? So if you love everything you heard and you're like, I want to make money, I love jewelry, I'm in. When you are answering your survey, you're going to tell us, how to get in touch with you. You're going to tell us who invited you to watch tonight. And then it's going to say 5, sign me up now. What is your interest level? My interest level is 5, sign me up now. We will get with you. We will schedule that party, and we will have you up and running as fast as you want to be, because of that weekly pay. If we were to start your party now, you could have a paycheck a week and a half from now. And if you already have a party open with your stylist, put it in by Wednesday. Fun fact, you're going to get a pay statement on Friday, and a week from tomorrow, money will be in your account. So if you're a hostess with an open party, it's a slam dunk. Okay, so that's number one. Now, if you feel like, I'm pretty sure that sounds good, but what if? Then at least tell us, choose the other option, which is, I would like to book a decider party. Because what the decider party is let's have the party, and at the end, we'll tell you what you earned in your free jewelry, how much the paycheck is. Do you want the paycheck and the free jewelry as the hostess? Or do you want the paycheck and the jewelry as the free hostess, but do you also want to get your kit ordered, get that jewelry and your website as well? And you can make that decision at the end of the party if you're not quite ready to make it now. So your options, are you have several options here. If you want your kit today, you can have your kit today. We can get it ordered. You can pick out your pieces. We can get you hooked into, whatever you want to be hooked into. But if you need a little more time and you want that decider party, maybe you watch this whole thing and you're like, well, no, this does not sound great for me. But man, I would love that free shopping spree you were talking about. Like, how can I get all this jewelry? I'm a silver lover. How can I get all this jewelry? Then just let us know you want to have a party. You can let us know you want to have a party, and then we can just do a regular party. You don't have to sign up if you don't want to. If you want a Sparkle Box, subscription, these are all the things that you have the ability to tell us what you want information on that survey. So it's going into the comments right now. Go ahead and click it before you go back to your life. Don't walk away from your phone or your computer before you click the survey and answer the questions, because we want you in the raffle for the gorgeous Frisia bracelet. This is a $150 bracelet. And one of you are getting with the adorable little pearls and the flowers, and it's so springy, and we want you to have it, but you can't have it unless you enter the survey. And if you don't win this one, you can get one with your party, of course.
There you go. Yeah.
So that's the scoop, everyone. So thank you so much for joining us. I know that so many of you are coming here from different angles. Some of you are like, I lost my job. I need $1,500 a month. I need $1,800 a month. And if that's what you need, we're going to work on getting you to that number. Some of you are like, I actually really just need $500 a month because my car is on its last leg. I want to get a new car, and that's what the payment's going to be. I know that was Beth's Like
mine was a car payment. Yeah, it was. And I paid the car off early. But I just wanted enough to cover the car note because I had gone without a car payment, and then you have one all of a sudden.
Then you have one, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
When I got started, it was $600 a month because I was on maternity leave. I too used to be a teacher. And on that maternity leave, in order to make it longer, I wanted to kind of stay out a little bit longer. In order to do that, I was going to have to pay the COBRA, and that's what the COBRA cost. So the leader, again, this was when I was with my other company, but she told me I made $200 when I did your party, meaning my party. So I said, all right, I guess if I do 3 parties a month, I'll make the COBRA. And that's what I did. And I was like, wow, that's pretty direct, right? So like, if you need this amount, like this was with that company in the year 2000, obviously the numbers have since changed, but to do 3 parties and a lower percentage payment. But if I was to do 3 parties a month, I can make $600. Well, then it also stood to reason, I guess if I do 5 parties a month, I'll make $1,000. And I was able to like up it and then start building. And then that's how I realized that's how you really make great money here. So whatever it is that you're looking for, whether it's the 500, the 600, whether it's more, whether it's ultimately to retire early, whether it's ultimately to replace a job you don't enjoy, whether you need to start saving, you need to, your family hasn't been on vacation, you have furniture that was sat on far too long during COVID and you need a new couch, like whatever it is.
Yes.
Let us know. We work with you on that because there are people here that are super excited when they make $500 a month, that when they make $200 a month. And there are people here that are excited when they make $10,000 a month and more. So whatever it is for you, we're going to work on it. So the first step, answer that survey. You'll be in to win the bracelet. And we will be in touch to get you going with whatever it is you let us know. So, Beth, thanks so much for joining on with me tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Always a great chat.
I can't wait to see what everybody says.
I know. We love to see the surveys. All right. You have a great night, everybody.
Bye, Michelle.
Bye, everyone.